I guess my journey started when I was in engineering school and I worked for Packard Electric, which was a supplier for General Motors. But unfortunately for me, around the time of my senior year, GM did huge layoffs and was not hiring anymore. So my plan of working in the automotive field kind of came to a screeching halt. So I did the next reasonable thing and I started waiting tables and bartending. Well, shortly before I graduated, and without much time to plan otherwise, my mom told me to get a real job or go to graduate school and not to come home otherwise. So I went to Barnes & Noble one night and I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but the MCAT book was this thick and the LSAT book was only that thick. So I was like, lawyer I'm going to be. So luckily I got into George Mason and I moved from Northeast Ohio to the DC area, which to put it mildly was a culture shock and a financial one at that. So I knew I had to start working and I had to do so fast. With my technical background, I was able to start working as a patent researcher at a small firm during my first year of law school, and I took the patent bar that fall. I worked at that firm as a patent agent, and once I graduated, I became an associate at another boutique IP firm. As you can imagine, being at a small firm, I had to do whatever case walked in the door. So I became familiar with both patent prosecution and litigation, as well as trademark matters. I think this experience of constantly having to figure things out and learn as I go gave me a much needed confidence boost, at least with practicing IP law. Parenting, not so much. In 2010, I welcomed my son, and 2 years later, almost to the day, my daughter arrived. I was overwhelmed trying to figure out how to be a partner and a parent, and I felt a bit alone in my struggle. I really didn't see any of my colleagues trying to balance work responsibilities and family time. I guess being familiar with having to figure things out, I started to look for opportunities where I could stay on top of my game as an IP lawyer without missing dinner time or soccer games. Luckily, in 2015, I had the opportunity to join PTAB as a supervisory patent attorney, and I'll never forget that Laura Green was one of the judges who interviewed me for that position. So yes, it is a small world in patent law, and it's filled with great people like Laura. As a supervisory patent attorney, I assisted judges with cases, and as the name implies, I supervised patent attorneys who were similarly assisting judges with cases. A few years later, in 2017, I was appointed to be an APJ, where I worked on both ex parte cases as well as AIA trials. And I'm currently a lead APJ, where in addition to cases, I supervise a team of APJs and work on special projects like this presentation.